the Paramveer Cricket Complex here in Rydal, Georgia. Day 3 of Atlanta Open. This is the 3rd edition of this tournament, and we are on field 4 here. We got a star-studded lineup of KingsmenX. They are in the field, and it's Ahsan Adil who's bowling from the commentary box end. Former Pakistan international. Extracting good bounce from a pitch which is a tacky looking pitch. Plenty of grass on it as well. But we all know Ahsan Adil is a quality operator. He's made good name for himself after moving here to these shores, having played international cricket for Pakistan. He still looks lean and fit and hungry. We did see him in Major League Cricket earlier on as well. Tall, lanky, fast bowler. Is that the best angle? Again, extra bounce. Hit him on the forearm, I think. Sairaju. He's got his job cut out against quality of Ahsan Adil. Just negotiated a maiden over. At the end of the first over, the Atlanta Legends are none for none. It's a beautiful crisp morning here in Rydal, Georgia. We're about 70 miles north of Atlanta. As we watch Samit Patel getting ready from the far end. This Atlanta Open, like I said, is its 3rd edition, and we're playing on this venue for the first time. 4 games played simultaneously. In the air and just landing in front of the fielder. That outside edge almost carried. Samit Patel played this format around the world. Former England international as well. Some big names on show here for the KingsmenX. Local talent Shayan Jahangir behind the stumps. This is in the air. The mid-on was interested, but over his head. Nice strike there. Just got enough on it to get it over the head of that fielder at mid-on. Obviously inside the circle in the power play. Samit Patel will tease you in this power play. Just out of your picture that man at mid-on when that ball went over his head. We'll see some turn. Like I said, the pitch is a tacky looking pitch, even with the new ball. Tajinder Singh is at slip. Wicketkeeper Shayan Jahangir. Little bit of extra bounce. James Wins fielding there at long off. So we have three Englishmen here, Ravi Bopara, Samit Patel and James Vince. Then we got Fawad Alam, Ziaul Haq, Ehsan Adil, Hasib Azam, Faraz Ali and Asif Mahmood from Pakistan. This one really turned away sharply, hit Shan Jahangir on the shoulder, standing up to the wicket. Samit Patel really troubling Sai Raju on that occasion. 5 of the over, 2 done, 5 for none. More evidence of that bounce from Ehsan Adil rather. He's a tall, lanky fast bowler with a high arm action. Give me that close up. But it's constantly high and bouncy deliveries there from Ehsan Adil, and that is what nobody really complains about. Even if you're a batter, I mean, if you get your act together, this bounce will help you play your strokes. In terms of side-on movement or sideways movement, we're situated at mid-on, so we won't be able to tell you how much movement Ehsan Adil is getting. But with 2 slips in, that ball is carrying very nicely to Shan Jahangir. And the slips will be in play. Fuller delivery. Not timed properly, but enough to get him a single. Shashi Kiran is partnering Sai Raju. Remember, Sai Raju was the impact player. He's been inducted right away. See that replay? It's just a little aerial towards Ehsan Adil. Goes up and over. Enough bat on it to take it over the fence. That's a nice positive strike there from Shashi Kiran. Ehsan Adil, that fuller length, searching for some movement. And Shashi Kiran just put him away very, very nicely. That's a good strike. It'll give him plenty of confidence. Do I see replays on this screen? Stayed away on that occasion. It's funny how a batter gains confidence from striking just a couple balls in the middle. And Shashi Kiran now with 2 boundaries has really gotten away to a good start against formidable bowling lineup. He's got 11 of 8. Wow, look at that bounce. Really troubling Sai Raju. Awkward there from Ehsan Adil. Another good over. 3 gone, 12 for none. That is really two opportunities created by Samit Patel in 2 overs. Skipper Fawad Alam won't be very happy. And Shashi Kiran is the man who got that reprieve. He's the one who's playing quite nicely. A little slip and trip from the fielder that the batters weren't running with any intent. Just a single to the total. It's a very lethargic start, you have to say, to this T20 game. Normally you see plenty of fireworks in the power play, but with two quality bowlers, it's not been easy for these two, Sairaju and Shashi Kiran, as Samit Patel completes yet another over. 4 gone, 17 for none. Interesting that Fawad Alam, the skipper, is persisting with Ehsan Adil for his 3rd over. You don't normally see your premier seamer bowling 3 overs in the power play, but plenty of help for Ehsan Adil. To the credit of these two openers, they have really survived the onslaught so far from two international pedigree bowlers. Although they have lived dangerously, you have to say. Once again, that was Ariel, that on drive. There's been plenty of near misses in this first 4.5 overs, 4.2 overs to be precise. Well, when I say the KingsmenX, the premier fast bowler is Ehsan Adil, but also they have in their ranks Ziaul Haq and Asif Mahmood. This one, first hint of that ball keeping low. Previously we've seen the ball climb from that length, but this time around it just died on the way to wicketkeeper. Umpire Judd Edwards in your picture. He's officiating. And then also Everton Brooks is at square leg, officiating from the far end. Oh, he's really got hold of that. Forget about this. This will land over the mid-wicket boundary. Sairaju, who's been struggling up until this point, really got hold of that length provided by Ehsan Adil. He got underneath it. That was a sweet connection. Finally, some fireworks there. And Ehsan Adil has been guilty of bowling the length, allowing Sairaju to get underneath it. That was expected. Hassan Adil, a typical fast bowler, got angry after he was hit for that 6, but that again will be costing him a run. That was too high. Chance there, chance. There was a little confusion. Common sense prevailed. Fielder at square leg has been sent back. You see Sairaju glancing over his left shoulder. A dot to finish off over number 5. A good one there for the Atlanta Legends. 5 done. 25. We know when we're on. .25 for 1. Hassan Adil got a wicket off his final delivery of the 3rd over. We're going to see a first bowling change as well. From the top end, Samit Patel, who's bowled 2 overs, has given way to Prasad. Prasad Patel. Shashikaran 16. Sairaju, who hit Hassan Adil for that 6, lost his wicket to the same bowler. Other than that 6 and couple of boundaries by Shashikaran, Atlanta Legends are off to a circumspect start, really. Power play, the final over in the power play. 5.2 overs gone. Still operating with a slip. That one goes past the outside edge. Quick work from Shahan Jahangir. We've seen his prowesses in the Major League Cricket. Shahan Jahangir, fielding in the outfield, took some stunning catches. But this is his day job. Behind the stumps. Fawad Alam has brought himself into gully. Tajinder in slip. Fawad in second slip. What a fine gully for the left arm spin of Prasad Patel. Big swing and a miss again. Prasad is really bowling the right kind of pace for this pitch. Shandy, the new man in, is really struggling to put bat to ball. Went past the diving for Wad Alam. More evidence of turn there for Prasad. Oh, that's gone in the air. It's not a clean strike at all. Fielder circling underneath it and takes it. Wonderful catch there. And for once, the KingsmenX fielder under the high ball looked very confident, although he had to run backwards. James Wins was at long off, but he decided nice and early to stay out of the action and allow the fielder at cover to run backwards and catch it. That is a good wicket for the KingsmenX. Atlanta Legends now, after 6 overs, 26 for 2. Change of ends there for Samit Patel. He's now replacing Ahsan Adil, who bowled 3 overs. Bowling from top end of the ground where our commentary box is. We're situated at a straightish mid-wicket where it would be, from where Samit Patel is bowling. To my left is the fielder at long on, and to my right the fielder is at deep mid-wicket. Turn there from Samit Patel. Really, this pitch has proved to be quite difficult for batting so far. Consistent steep bounce, and now turn there. And that will cause confusion with the batters. When you know that you can't execute your big shots without taking plenty of risk, that does cause confusion in running between the wickets. That one was too full there from Samit Patel. That allowed a single to the batter. Shashi Kiran, Ziaul Haq fielding at long off. Tall, lanky, fast bowler from Pakistan. We haven't seen him bowl just yet. So that pedigree of the bowling lineup is pretty good, almost international standard, with Ahsan Adil, Samit Patel, Ziaul Haq, formidable cricketer, played in the World Cup for Pakistan under 19, and then the young all-rounder, the speedster Asif Mahmood. Turn, really sharp turn there. That was quicker through the air, and it turned and gripped from Samit Patel. A hand that came in with the arm. Really high quality of skill on show here. Just wonder these pictures are not doing justice to the talent on show. Good over from Patel comes to an end. Just 2 of it. 7 gone. 28 for 2. You saw that dugout was pretty quiet for the Legends because their innings is pretty quiet as well. One big six from Sairaju, and Shashi Kiran, who got off to a good start, hadn't had much of strike lately, and he saw two of his fellow batters lose their wicket. Just talking about the KingsmenX lineup, I didn't mention Colin Munro from New Zealand. He's their impact player, and most probably he'll bat at the top of the order. This one is being cut away. Tejinder Singh sweeping there at deep cover. Two left arm spinners bowling in tandem. Fawad Alam standing at slips. On the up, that won't clear the long off and taken easily. That wasn't there for the shot, but Shashi Kiran felt the need to go over the top and found the long off fielder to precision and perfection. He didn't have to move an inch, and that will mean that the Atlanta Legends are in further trouble. Shashi was the one who was scoring all the runs out of their 29. He's gone for 18, and Atlanta Legends now 29 for 3. So we have Prasad Patel 2 for 2 coming to the end of his second over. Nice bit of fielding there. Nice work. Ravi Bopara still very fit and sharp in covers. 8 gone, 29 for 3. Samit Patel will bowl out his spell into his final over. That Was very, very close. Look at the reaction of Fawad Alam in the slip. That almost got through. Well, it did get through, but wasn't in line. Didn't miss the off stump by much. Oh, did get an edge. Inside edge onto the shoelaces of Shayan Jahangir. You cannot even count this as a chance. Big swing and a miss. It's a big shout. Umpire Brooks just walking in to adjust the stumps. That bat was in the air for a brief moment. Did he drag his foot outside? Did Shayan do the job in time? Umpire Brooks had to make all those decisions in a split second, and he ruled in favor of the batter. Samit Patel turning one away, bringing one in with the arm. He's really kept the new batter guessing. Into out, chases on, long off, scurrying around, does well. Excellent fielding there. It looks like it's Hasib Azam there, sweeping at wide long off. And that brings us to the end of Samit Patel's spell. 4 overs, none for 14. 9 overs done and dusted. $31 for 3. What was his shot number? Was it 14? No. He's turning around now. The 14 is the wicket keeper.
I think it was 17.
Oh, okay. Is in the slip. We're going to see Fawad Alam, who makes an immediate impact. And guess Artesh caught at covers. A really easy catch for Ravi Bopara. He won't have easier catches than that in his career. Real soft dismissal there. Pretty much a loosener from Fawad Alam. Was hit straight to cover. And Bopara didn't have to move an inch. Further trouble for the Atlanta Legends. 31 for 4. Chaitanya, the new man in. This is in the air. Will fall short of the fielder at long off. Sanjay Surya is there. Another big name player included in this lineup. Wickets are falling at regular intervals and there isn't much fireworks with the bat. We'd have to say conditions are not easy and the opposition is really stiff for Atlanta Legends. Oh, once again off the bottom edge. Chase is on there for Prasad Patel. He'll pick up the ball inside the boundary. Couple of runs there. Lucky runs. Chaitanya wouldn't mind that. Any runs are good runs in T20. Once again he's running hard, but I don't think there is a chance for the second run. At the halfway stage, really stuttering Atlanta Legends. 36 for 4. As well, plenty of greenery around, plenty of cricket. 4 games being played simultaneously. And umpire Judd Edwards calls this a wide. It again gripped and turned. So we've seen 3 left arm spinners in action. Prasad Patel, Samit Patel and Fawad Alam. And he missed it by a mile. Chaitanya was swinging hard. Got nowhere close to the ball. Again a swing and a miss. Just swinging like a rusty gate. No contact whatsoever. Off the edge, this will run away, is downhill in that direction and can't be stopped. Extremely lucky boundary there. Prasad, who's given away just 3 runs up until that point, concedes the boundary. Wasn't one of the good strokes of the morning, just lucky edge there for Chaitanya. 41 for 4. Really in desperate need of something. The batting side. Confusion there. Chance at the striker end. He'll be out by a mile. And oh, umpire Brooks decides otherwise. Did Shahan Jahangir drop the ball or something? Umpire Edwards, or Everton rather, Everton Brooks really favored the batter here. There was a huge mix-up. Vinesh, or Chaitanya rather, was really struggling. It was Vinesh, beg your pardon. The over's bowled now, so Chaitanya is back on strike after that single.
Better
43 for 4. If you think they've done well, I think. Over number 12, another chance. It just fell short of the fielder at long on.
looking at a 110, 120 max.
Gave himself some room, and that sounded very, very nice. Sanjay Surya was interested for a while, but that went all the way, and a much needed boundary brings up the 50 for Atlanta legend. In over number 12, Chaitanya really taking a liking to Fawad Alam's bowling. Part-time spin of the KingsmenX skipper, giving the opportunity. It was a length ball, you have to say that. Chaitanya took a risk, but they have to do it now to get to a total. Another one. That sound of the willow was really good, and another 6. Chaitanya has all of a sudden woken into some life and taken Fawad Alam to the cleaners. Fawad, who's had plenty of good bowlers at his disposal, decides to bowl himself, and now he's gone for back-to-back 6s at the hands of Chaitanya. We have a lost ball here. That one's gone in the woods. Atlanta Fire, the hosts of this tournament, Tariq Real Estate being the main sponsors here. They've done a formidable job here. Like I said, 4 games being played simultaneously in beautiful weather. To my right is field 3. Remember, we are on field 4. And then further right to that is field 2. And across to that is field 1. Well, batting seems to be a pretty difficult affair today. 22 yards DMV. They're playing the Chicago players. 35 for 5 at field 3. Even worse than what we're seeing here. They're really up against it, trying to forge a partnership here. I could see now live action continuing at my right. You can follow all the action on the MLC network as we watch another tentative forward prod to conclude over number 12. But this is the best over of the innings for Atlanta Legends. 12 gone, 56 for 4. What's the link for cricket club? The left arm seamer has been given the ball. Immediately goes past the outside edge. He's a very, very good quality fast bowler. Represented Pakistan under 19. Played heaps of domestic cricket in Pakistan. Another one who's very tall and got a beautiful high arm action. Expect him to generate some pace and bounce of this Paramveer Cricket Complex pitch at field 4. And some balls keeping low as well. Typical commentator's curse as I build him up. That one's almost scooted along. And we have seen hint of this uneven bounce from this end. Rehsan Adil was bowling earlier. He got most of his deliveries to climb up to the batters. Just the occasional one was staying down. Ziaul Haq has one in his first over. This one climbing at Vinesh. He really had no idea what to do with that. Got the thick outside edge. 2/3 man. Ziaul Haq warming to the task. He was held back by skipper Fawad Alam. Nicely steered away. Work to be done for the fielder at third man. Couple of runs. An awkward throw for Shan Jahangir together. Well, there's one game in which the batters are really having some good say and dominating the proceedings here. Bumper there from Ziaul Haq. Being a fast bowler, he's never too far away from that short pitch delivery. Masters Cricket Club, 130 for 1 in 11 overs against Atlanta Force. In one of the games there, over at field 2, I reckon. Mid-off is up in the ring. Fawad Alam will turn back and have to give the chase. Wasn't struck cleanly. So Fawad had the opportunity to stop it. Couple of runs there to end Ziaul Haq's first over. 13 gone, 61 for 4. Just to round off the action in other fields, field 1, that game started at 10 o'clock, so they've gone through their first innings. Carolina Smashers made 99 for 5 in their 20 overs. So all in all, in 3 fields, it's a difficult day for the batters so far. Early morning start probably didn't help. You can feel some freshness in the air, especially in the shade with this nice breeze. It feels pretty cooler. But even in the sun, it's very pleasant. As Ravi Bopara is in action. Starts off with a play and a miss off his first delivery. Edge third, short third was in action, but over his head. Little bit of width on offer. And Vinesh just threw the bat at it. Got a thick edge. Went over the head of Tejinder Singh. Well, the runs have started to come in the last few overs there for the Legends. Not that it will worry their more illustrious opponents, but at least they're trying their best. Good to see. Slow delivery there from Bopara. Obviously, Ravi Bopara is a very celebrated cricketer around the world. He played Test cricket for England. He's played this franchise cricket all over the world. Really good to see him on these shores. Obviously, hailing from Essex in London. As this one's once again a repeat shot there. This was shorter though, looking for the pull, looking to hit it in completely different direction, but both these boundaries ended up in the same place, giving Tejinder plenty to chase. Cricket is a funny game. You might have heard this many times. First time around, Vinesh was looking to cut the ball towards point and cover, and it went over the head of that fielder at third man. And then he was looking to pull it, hit it in completely opposite direction, but ended up in the same place. He would not mind the result though. 2 boundaries off Ravi Bopara. This one he was able to get hold of the pull shot towards mid-wicket. Talking about Ravi Bopara, he played his cricket for Essex. And he hails from, I said, East London. Played his club cricket for Hinault and Clay Hall in the Essex League all those years ago. And early signs were that he will become a very good cricketer. And that has exactly what has happened. His career has been one to be really proud of, as Shahan Jahangir struggles with that low bounce and awkward bounce in front of him, concedes a bye. That brings us to the end of Bopara's over. 9 off the over. $14 gone, 72 for 4. Just going around the boundary line, carrying some drinks for his teammates. He's the impact player in this game, so that's his only job whilst his team is in the field. He would love to just come out and bat and smash them all over the place. Ziaul Haq is appealing. Judd Edwards not interested. In the air, easy catch there. Another soft dismissal. Hassan Adil taking the catch. Ziaul Haq gets his wicket. Chaitanya, who's playing well, he hit those 2 big sixes. Fawad Alam will now have to depart. He's trying his best to get his team to a total. Ziaul Haq's heat was too much for him. Chaitanya gone for 26. Atlanta Legends 71 for 5. Apologies for the digital scoring. We're just a bit behind, but catching up now. Gary is the new batter. Steepling bounce there from Ziaul Haq again. Not really comfortable. Garth Gary gets himself off the mark immediately. Change of pace there. Once again, awkward bounce for Shayan in front of his face. Not an easy wicket to keep. Wickets too. That bounce is uneven, especially from this top end where the quicker bowlers have bowled. Ziaul Haq bowling in the middle overs. Still feeling the need to work on his skills. His variations. He's not under instant threat from the batters. He's just working on his skills as well, I think. He goes for that full yorker, misdirected. That was pretty sharp though, but it wasn't well directed from Ziaul Haq. Early days in the championship, but KingsmenX is the team to watch out for. As we get towards the business end of the tournament, towards the weekend, this is the team you want to watch out for. Some big names, household names as well. Slight confusion there. Gary was looking for that run. Vinish said no. $15 gone, 74 for 5. Ravi Bopara starts off with a wide down the leg side. Another slow delivery. He does have different types of slow deliveries. Well, that area has been very profitable there against the bowling of Ravi Bopara. That's the third boundary. This time, probably it was the best of the lot. To the right of that fielder at short third. Guilty of giving width on that occasion, Ravi Bopara. And although he has a short run up, but very quick arm action, so it generates good pace for the batters to work with. Played it late. These boundaries are handy. And I think the players who are playing for the Atlanta Legends will really cherish this morning in their careers, having took the field with some great players on it, on their opposition team. Chance for Fawad Alam at the non-striker end. Had one stump to aim at. Couldn't find the stumps. It was to his wrong end. He had to pick up the ball and turn around. And by the time he did that, he had only one stump to aim at. He did put Vinesh under pressure though. He was really scrambling. Well, Fawad Alam deciding to keep the third man back for Ravi Bopara. 3 boundaries have come in that area as the wind has really picked up here at Paramveer Cricket Complex. Once again, Fawad Alam in action, but common sense prevailed on that occasion. Both the batters stayed in their ground. $80 for 5 into over number 16. That will be too high. Everton Brooks, the umpire, in action. Flexing his muscles, Bopara. He's trying a lot of different things at this stage of the tournament. Probably they can afford to do that. Mixing it up nicely. Samit Patel, you can't miss him in the field. Just a single, sweeping around at deep cover boundary. The unmissable figure of Samit Patel. You can recognize him for a couple of miles if you see him on a cricket field, and if you know that he's around. Another slow delivery that went wrong, but Vinesh just thumped it too long on for a single. He literally could have hit it anywhere. Giving too much respect to Ravi Bopara, who's just closed out his second over. 16 gone, 84 for 5. into his third over rather. Over number 17. Just 23 deliveries to go. Atlanta Legends will do well to get up to 120 from here. 37 of 23. Helped it on its way. Shayan Jayasuriya really did well. Is it Samit Patel rather? Excellent work from him in the field. Vinish is doing well for his side, really fighting to get them to a total. Shayan from behind the stumps will get to the ball first. Excellent work from the wicketkeeper. Good work from Ziaul Haq as well. He ran up all the way to cover the stumps at the striker end. (120), like I was mentioning, will give them something to bowl at, the Atlanta Legends. Although the batting lineup of KingsmenX can scare any attack. Ziaul Haq, once again that extra bounce, good carry to Shahan Jahangir on that occasion. If you look at the wicket closely from this end, where mostly the fast bowlers have bowled, there's some grass towards that middle and off stump line, and that is the reason where it caused for that little bit of uneven bounce occasionally. Generally the balls have carried very nicely. As this one once again, a heavy ball hitting the splice of the bat. Boundaries is what Atlanta Legends will be looking for at this stage. If you look at the remaining batting lineup, Avery Dyer is someone that you would want in this situation. He can hit a long ball. This one is struck very nicely, but Samit Patel sweeping. Just a single. But Vinish and Gary, they're trying to build a little partnership here. (87 for 5). Has flown away. Prasad Patel into his final over. Well, Prasad, who's been the key wicket taker so far, gets his man. And Vinesh, he was looking to strike big. He had no other option really. Can't really blame him. He played very, very nicely though. But Prasad took good care of him, knocking him over, leaving Atlanta Legends at 88 for 6. .88 for 6. Another play and a miss. Mark Parchment, it seems, has just come on to bat. I have to double check if it's his namesake, the Mark Parchment, who bats for Atlanta Lightning at the top of the order. And he does get them off to a lightning start. I've seen him many times. He won't be batting at number 8 for this Legends lineup. I'll definitely confirm that during the innings break. Probably it's his namesake, as this one has been lifted. Fielders can just look around and watch it sail into the woods. This is a terrific strike, probably the shot of the day. Gary in to out, really smashed this. Just a beautiful flow of the bat. Magnificent strike there. Now the ball search at the far end. Has been retrieved now. Prasad's two run scoring shot that he conceded is a 4 and a 6, and he's gone for 6 runs otherwise of his 21 deliveries, as into his last delivery of the spell. Gary's given it another go, and it will go for the boundary again. Back-to-back sixes, really giving the charge, and brings up the 100 for Atlanta Legend. Gary has woken into life all of a sudden, and really working hard to get themselves into a good total. 18 gone, 101 for 6. Ahsan Adil for the penultimate over. will be his last over of the spell. Prasad finishing off with 3 for 22. He started the final over with figures of 2 for 8, so a wicket and 14 runs off his final over. White ball given by umpire Edwards. It looks like it did put a divot on the pitch. Hassan Adil showing it to the batters, looking to just tap it to flatten it out. If I were the batter, I would leave it the same for now, because it's only 6 deliveries left from this end. I would hope it get worse when the big hitting, the legends of KingsmenX come to bat. Got to remember one thing though, these top quality batters who played at the highest level, they're not used to playing on such pitches. And the kind of bowling that will be on offer could really test their resolve. Another wide there by Edwards, and also 1 for the over. Hassan Adil, I don't know what is he not happy about, because it was pretty high. So on both counts, umpire Edwards is right here, because it was definitely high enough for the bouncer count, 1 for the over. And I reckon high enough to be called a wide. So 2 wides at the start of the over for Hassan Adil. This one has gone straight up. Fielders back paddling. It will land between the 2 fielders. Fielder coming from mid-wicket and from long on. Ziaul Haq and Tejinder. It fell right in the middle of these 2. Some luck there for Gary, and he deserves it. He's the biggest hope at the moment for the legends to strike big in the remaining overs. Once again crunched it, but failed to beat mid-off. Fawad Alam really scrambling to his right, which is not his natural side, but does well. I just can't emphasize enough that how gorgeous this morning is here in Rydal. Getting into afternoon, 11:52 local time here. Just perfect settings for some excellent cricket. Oh, take that! This is stunning! That is absolutely fantastic there from Mark Parchment. Came off the meat of the bat and it made a lovely sound. This is glorious batting there from Mark Parchment. $109 for 6, giving some respectability to the total. Hassan Adil running. It looks like he just missed his run up, but still went through with the delivery. He really stuttered as he approached the crease there. There's a little bit of ridge as you approach the square here at the Paramveer Cricket Complex at this field 4. And Hassan Adil, who's generally very rhythmic, looked like he missed his run up. Fawad Alam bringing the changes. He wants mid wicket to go back and fine leg to come up in the ring. Shayan Jayasuriya is at square leg boundary. He's going around. He was at mid wicket boundary earlier. And Waqas, I think, has now come on to that mid wicket boundary. Fine leg is up in the ring. Long on, mid wicket, square leg. That's the 3 boundary riders on the onside. Good Yorker, good comeback. Hassan Adil, when he gets it right, he's a handful. And that Yorker rather, from a tall man with a high arm action, it does come from a good height. So judging it is not easy, let alone hitting it for meaningful runs. Final delivery of Hassan's spell, 1 for 23, his day's work so far. Oh, once again, this is a stunning blow. For a shot of the day, the shot of highest order. Fabulous batting from Mark Parchment, giving the perfect send-off to Hassan Adil. 19 gone, 115 for 6. If he's that Mark Parchment that I know, why is he batting so low in this poor lineup? I mean, we've seen two of the best strokes that you ever wish to see in a T20 game. There's no hint of any slogging in that. Proper cricketing strokes. Both of them coming from the middle of the bat. A boundary and then a 6. And that 6 really topped off as the shot of the day for me. We've seen 3 now. Gary with that fabulous in to out over Patel, and 2 in and over from Mark Parchment really lit up this Paramveer Cricket Complex. That was some strike, the last one. 115 for 6 with 6 deliveries to go. Ziaul Haq. Be interesting to see how the wicket behaves when a genuine quick will be bowling from the far end. Ravi Bopara did bowl a few overs of seam up from that end. He went for quite a few, but no less than 3 boundaries came through edges there, through third man. Ringing the changes for Fawad Alam. He's at backward point himself. There's a fielder at 45 inside the ring. It's a deep mid wicket as well. Fielder at third is also on the boundary. Third and deep cover. These are the 2 sweepers. Mid-off is up in the ring. Ziaul Haq goes full. Gary would have thought that he missed out there. He only had to beat Fawad Alam at backward point, and either side of him is a huge gap. Ziaul Haq's pace was too good. Too hot to handle for Gary. 5 deliveries to go. These 2 batters are now well set, having found the middle of the bat. Could see some life in the dugout of Atlanta Legends. They've been very quiet throughout the innings. Playing a base underneath the bat once again. Gary's looking to find that gap, but Ziaul Haq, his length is good. Line slightly wider, I think. But like I said, we're at wide third man right now, so not the best of our angles to be judging the line correctly from here. It seemed Gary had the option to hit the ball square a couple of occasions. He seemed to be late on it. Slow delivery now. He wants to get Parchment on strike. 3 dots in the final over. This is really terrific from Ziaul Haq. Mark Parchment, having struck the ball beautifully in the previous over, is stranded at the non-striker end. Ziaul Haq bowled with 2 quick Yorkers and a slow delivery, trying to keep the batter guessing. This time it's to the left of Fawad Alam. Chase for third man. but it will be in vain. That was the gap that was available for Gary. And on the third time of asking, he did find it and earned himself the boundary. 119. It will get him closer to that psychological figure of 120. In fact, 120 is the target. Fawad is not sure with his angles for the third fielder, Tejinder Singh. Ziaul Haq and Fawad still conferring. Tejinder Singh has gone back to his position, so that gap is still pretty big for Gary. But this was wrong line. Shayan Jahangir didn't read the plot. And a wide down the leg side, but right thing has happened. They've got to 120 and they got Mark Parchment on strike. $121 rather. Add that bye that they ran as well to go with the wide. 2 deliveries to go. What's going to happen here? Ziaul Haq. 2 Parchment. No room for him to work. Chance at the striker end. Ziaul Haq misses the stump. A leg bye. I think it will be the signal from umpire Brooks. 122, but well bowled by Ziaul Haq. He offered no room to Parchment. Having seen him hit Ahsan Adil through the offside, he was adamant that he wasn't going to provide him with that line and length. Parchment moving away was looking to create that room. Good stuff. Good cricket there from Ziaul Haq. Final delivery of the innings. 122 for 6. Can Gary finish it with a flourish? Beautiful sunshine here at Paramveer Cricket Complex in Rydal as Ziaul Haq to Gary, and he knocks him over. Final delivery, took the middle stump, and that was terrific stuff from Ziaul Haq. Just the 1 boundary conceded in the final over. Gary really batted nicely alongside Mark Parchment in the last 3 overs to give Atlanta legend 122 for 7. Some respectability to the total as they were really struggling for the first part. But this is what they got, and the big hitting KingsmenX will be looking to score 123 to get themselves another win here in the Atlanta Open. Great cricket on display all around. As I've seen field 3, they're taking a break as well. Field 2, they're still going on strong. Field 1 probably starting off the second innings because they started at 10 o'clock. But here we've seen some good bowling and finally some good batting in the last 5 overs to give Legends 122 for 7. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back with the run chase in just about 5 minutes. Welcome back to the Paramveer Cricket Complex, Radal, Georgia. Shayan Jahangir is opening the innings with James Vince. Avery Dyer is a household name for cricket in this part of the world. Genuine quick bowler, can still get the ball through if he gets his rhythm right. Shayan Jahangir and James Vince. Well, it says James Vince, but I think it's Colin Munro on strike. Got to correct the batting order. It's Colin. Bit of a discrepancy there, but it's the unmissable Colin Munro who's the impact player, and he would just love to bat without have to field. Len boy, are you coming? Everton Dyer, like I said, can bowl quick. Strong fellow. That one kept low. Colin Munro was shaping to cut the ball. We've seen some wonderful stroke play towards the end of the first innings. Gary and Mark Parchment struck the ball beautifully with his brand new ball now. Dyer, and Munro has got hold of him. He has got hold of him, and it's gone over cover for 6. That was a sweet blow and a powerful strike from the left-hander from New Zealand. Avery Dyer, you know what his response going to be? He's going to try and bowl even quicker. Seen some noise across this field for Atlanta Legends. This is the local side here, one of the local side. There's no less than 4 sides, I think. The Lightning and Atlanta Fire. They're the ones who would be really challenging. They're both in a group of death, and they'll be finding their fate for the remainder of the tournament tonight. Yeah, definitely, because this afternoon both will be taking on opponents in field 1 and 2 in the afternoon games, and whichever team loses will be going home. Today's the last day of the round robin league. Because after that powerful strike from Colin Munro, the ball has gone into the woods. You can see in the distance. I don't know, it will be a hat. Yeah, we do have some excited fans here.
Yeah, man.
Cricket in this part of the world does have a Caribbean flavor to it. It is very good players of Caribbean origin playing in the local leagues. Like I said, Dyer is one of them. And like in typical Caribbean style, they do carry their fans. They do make quite a lot of noise as well. Passionate cricket supporters. People from Caribbean. In fact, the chief curator here, Sam Plummer, also is from Caribbean. He's played cricket in West Indies himself, and it's been as we watch next delivery from Dyer. Tighter on line and length to Monroe. Dyer around the wicket now to Monroe, looking to cramp him. It went perilously close to the stumps after hitting his bat. Good comeback from Avery Dyer after getting hit for that 6. First over done, 10 for none. First innings, a target of 123. They're really struggling for that first part, but in the last 5 overs, they got some respectability to the total. And now 10 for none after first over. Shahan Jahangir and Colin Munro. That was an awkward delivery there. We've seen this kind of bounce from this end throughout the day. Earlier from Ahsan Adil and Ziaul Haq. This was a good start, giving Shahan Jahangir a lot of trouble. And it's my privilege and good fortune that I have my very good friend Ryan alongside me. He's traveled all the way from Florida for this event. We've worked together before. A wonderful commentator and a wonderful human being. And I will hand over the mic to him. He is alongside me in the comm box. A very good afternoon, Ryan.
Thank you, Shah. It's a pleasure to be here. So the Kingsmen chasing the total of 122. Still 112 needed. We have James Vince. I stand corrected. It's going to be Colin Munro, who frequents the CPL every year. Currently 6 off of 6. Here's Vasu to Munro. And it's a beautiful cricket delivery. It can be bowled in a 5-over test match, it can be bowled in a 50-over match, and it can be bowled in a T20 match. Nothing much the batter can do with it. Vasu, Munro, and this one is high in the air, over mid-wicket. And I believe it's gone for a maximum. We're waiting for umpire Judson for the... Yep, it is. Towering 6 by Munro. He just drifted onto the pads, and the left-hander gave it the maximum.
That's a good shot, Monroe. That's a peanut
So
butter
Kingsmen,
on the finish.
who needed a bit of a boundary to cut loose, they get one. It's now 17. This one is pitched up. It's a bottom edge.
Pick one over here, man. I got to sell her 2 peanut butter.
That could be another boundary. Yes, there is 4 more to the total. 10 off of 2.
Brooks is the other umpire. Everton Brooks. Everton. Famous name.
This one is full outside off stump. There's no run, so a bit of reprieve for Vasu. And at the end of just 2 overs, it is 21 without loss. Kingsmen need 102 for victory.
But can you radio the guy here? I don't have the radio for this. Okay. It's one of the guys in the grid. Yeah.
Shah, this is perfect. Thank you.
I put it in the group.
Okay, you put it in? Yeah. So I don't no. You do this for me? Yes, I am. You can just keep up. Okay, next time the man will just put it in.
Alright, die down. One and counting you now.
Remember the guy who opened the bowling before? Every Dyer comes back in.
What street is that?
Simple single down to fine leg. So 2 quickies, really trying to leave their mark on this game. Kingsmen need 101. It's going to be the distinguished Colin Monroe facing Dyer. Short delivery over the shoulder, and it's a good short delivery. So valuable dot ball, and this is the type of support we get in the Atlanta Open.
Yes, man.
Emotions are high. Atlanta legends trying to defend their total of 123. Down the ground he comes, and Monroe hits it high in the air. It's in the trees. Owls, squirrels, animals, they're all making a run for it.
Shot, Monroe.
As Monroe gets another maximum.
It was the Argento.
Dyer, and there's the local support. Clearly wants Dyer for this one, the West Indian. Slightly over pitched, but Monroe was halfway down the track already. And boy, did it go a long way.
Come again now.
A towering 6 takes it to 28 without loss. Colin Monroe 22 off of 12. Cheyenne Jayasura on the other end. Dyer, Monroe. So a short delivery. Looking at the square leg umpire. No one moves. So valuable drop ball for Dyer.
Only that we need to see now. I will see if we can contain them, fellas.
We are in Rydell, Georgia. It's about a high of 75 right now.
Contain them, Dyer.
You can eat your heart out. Cricket World Cup. This is where the action is. Monroe facing Dyer.
Yeah,
Another
man.
short delivery, and the umpires, yep, that's going to be a no ball.
Umpire, can you never tell the man
Bit of a
say
contest
over?
between the tall Dyer and the strong Monroe.
Over.
And Dyer's dipped to the well one too many times with the short delivery.
Come on, God.
Monroe has a free hit. The car now backing up their cars.
Why would you say final one for the over.
The birds are now heading north, hitting the huge boundary.
That ball! And the two feelers!
Dyer. Free hit. This one's high in the air. It's over mid on. 1, 2 bounces, and it's 4. So Monroe makes the most of the free hit. Hits another boundary.
We not feel no way.
As the scoreboard is ticking over.
That's how the cricket is. It's a batsman game sometimes. And now it is.
And you can hear the support, also the advice coming from the stands.
One black one
The score
there.
goes to 33 without loss. Monroe 26 off of 15. Dyer outside our stump. It's took up a beautiful shot.
Big shot.
Not a man move. Cover just stood there as the ball just whistled past him into the fence. And the end of the over, 15 off of it, 16 rather. And it's 37 without loss after just 3.
Peanut punch. Peanut punch. Black cat, I got some peanut. Make it occupy your face in matter. Come on now, Buster man. Who need a wicket, man? Are you guys need a wicket?
Welcome back to Rydell, Georgia, where the KingsmenX are in full flow, chasing Atlanta Legends total of 122. And this one's high in the air. There's no mid on. 1, 2, 3 bounces over the rope. 4 more to the total. This time off of the bat of Cheyenne Jigan here. So pitched up by Vasu and just lifted eloquently into the gap. 4 more to the total. Vasu 15 off his 7 deliveries so far. And this one's pulled now over mid wicket. 1 bounce for 4. They can do nothing to stop the flow of runs at the moment. Atlanta Legends right now staring down the bottom of a barrel of a gun as Kingsmen through the bat of Colin Monroe and Cheyenne Jehangir are picking off the runs. 45 without loss.
Monroe! I really international play but penetrate the fans them. When me a burn up the team.
Vasu to Cheyenne. Full delivery, pulled away, and it's going to be the same result.
No ball, umpire! No ball! No ball! No ball!
Vasu trying to do anything he could to try to slow things down. He tried the attempted Yorker. It turned into a full toss. So the score races on to 49. And we're just in the 4th over.
Come on, man! Right now when we reach home, who was up as a mother clocker? For what? Nothing? At least a wicket, man. We need a wicket or 2.
So, as we try to retrieve the ball, we have Colin Monroe batting right-handed, shadowing cricket shots. Well, that's how confident they are right now, Kingsmen.
Come on, Buster, the same mood set, the same mood set, boom.
So the ball gets back into the hands of Vasu Vijay.
Come on now, Buster,
He has 19 runs off of a mere 8 deliveries. Ball into Jehangir. And looks like he may have prevented a boundary, we shall see. Yep, 2 more to the total. Lovely cover drive off of the back foot from Cheyenne.
Guys. Boss, out already to run. Rastaman, back! Rastaman, back! Who are you? Don't come back out yet! man no buy no peanut punch and your cricket come back in the stand. So me tell you, bro, man.
Vasu veggie for Shahan. Oh, this one is the best of the deliveries. So far, 14 in the over. So the Legends only amassing 122.
Alright.
Had a rough go of it in the first half of their first inning.
How many
Put
overs?
up a respectable over.
How many overs gone, Mr. Commentator?
3.5.
Thank you, sir.
Here's Veggie with the last delivery of the fourth. This one is punched.
Yo,
So a single to get off
man.
to finish up the fourth over, and it's
Alright, we need
51
to
on the board,
take a ball
52 on the
outside.
board after 4.
That's my we need some spin. Peanuts.
So we have a change of bowling. Shaquille Forbes will be coming from the southern end.
Peanut punch, guys. Peanut punch.
Captain of Atlanta
Peanut punch
Legends,
is Irish machine,
willing to do
fellas.
anything at the moment to
Your TF punch
keep his
couldn't
team in the
believe
game.
what you said.
Remember, the score is 122 that the Kingsmen are chasing, 52 just after 4. Cheyenne Jagger, 18 off of 9. Hit 3 fours in the last over against Vasuveji.
All right, now we
Facing
the other side.
Shaquille. This one is
One,
punched
one.
beautifully to cover. The sweeper is coming around.
Punch.
It's going to be a comfortable 2. You can see the technique
Punch.
of Jahangir. Off of the back foot, just punching it away.
Good start, Chakaro.
So Shaquille Forbes off of a measured run up. This one is short and pull the way through mid wicket. They're not going to run that one. That's 4 more. At that pace, Shaquille Forbes will do better at pitching it up. Instead, he banged it in short, and it was banged away to defense. So Cheyenne Jahangir goes to 24 off of just 11 deliveries.
Chakaro.
Forbes,
Catch
this
it.
one slashed.
Shot.
Cover didn't move. It's going to be in between cover and mid-off.
Shot. Run him out.
And they come back for 3.
Run him out.
So 3 more to the total.
Peanut punch, man. How you doing?
61 now for the loss of no wicket. Colin Monroe, who hasn't faced many deliveries in the last over or 2, is going to be back on strike. He's 30 from 16. Has been an unstoppable force. Here's a quick glimpse of an incredible pavilion. Atlanta Open 2023. Forbes to Monroe. So in short and pull away. It's going to be 4 more. No chance for the fielders if Forbes continues to bang them in short. Score goes to 65. And Shaquille Forbes just can't seem to find his line and length. Monroe, Jahangir are obliging, just picking him off. Ryan Davis This Atlanta Open 2023. Chasing the good delivery. Best delivery far from the body of Monroe.
We need Ricky now. We don't want to the Ricky.
So 14 runs so far. Cannot seem to find a solution to stop the free runs.
They got a peanut bunch, man. Yeah, hell, man.
Forbes. And it's going to get dot ball, and that's going to take us through over number 5, 66 without loss. Halfway there. So we are back with the last over of the damage has been done. 66. Aishanya pulls his first delivery, the wrist spinner to Monroe, and Monroe pulls this one. A wide, long on. Saves the boundary. The two men on the boundary. To the left-hander is a deep mid wicket and a wide, long on. For the right-hander, it's going to be a long off and a deep mid wicket for protection. So Chava, this one's short, too short, pulled away. Batters will stroll for a single. So only 55 needed now, off of a whopping 40.4. Down the wicket, comes in. And just like that, Colin Monroe departs for 36. But the damage and the platform has been laid. 68 for 1. Monroe departs, 36 off of 19. And Chava gets a wicket. Can this be something for the Atlanta Legends to build off of? That partnership of 68 only off of 5.3 deliveries. 5.3 overs rather. And the new batter, James Vince, tall man, strides to the wicket. He accompanies Jehan Jia, who is 28 off of 14.
Tell Monroe send me some peanut punch and didn't believe me.
And you can hear the cries of peanut punch coming from our
Gaza supporter.
Yes. It's all happening at the Atlanta Open 2023, Rydell, Georgia. Beautiful weather, 75 degrees, breezy. Chaitanya Chava continues. This one stays a little bit low. So for the new batter, Vince. Still a deep mid wicket and a deep long off. Well, just a long off rather. And Shava, the wrist spinner, continues. Turned away. So we're getting to the business end of this Atlanta Open 2023. It's the third round in the group stages. These two teams battling to get into that playoff position. Kingsmen well on the way. This one outside off stump, wide. That's the end of an excellent over by Chaitanya Chava. 3 runs and a wicket. It is 69 for 1. So Shaquille Forbes continues. He's been roughed up in that first over for 14. Moving to the very dangerous Cheyenne Jangir. So the power play is in the books. 69 off of the first 6 overs. So the Kingsmen need 54 of just about 14. This one's lifted over mid wicket. Deep square leg comes across. He saves the boundary. So to give you an idea of the protection for Shaquille Forbes, on the offside is a third man, a deep cover, long off, then on the onside there'll be a long on and a deep mid wicket. And he's going to need as much protection as he can for Cheyenne Jangir. Ooh, this one kept a little low. Forbes to Jehangir. This one's high in the air. He got under it. Mid on is coming in. Oh, and he's dropped it. Forbes can't believe it. It was Dyer at the boundary. He had time. He got there on time. And it went straight through the hands. So a chance for Jehangir. He goes to 28. And understanding that he was given a chance, plays this one down, but is not liking the bounce of the wicket. Does some gardening. 72 for 1. And this one is high in the air. Mid wicket's coming around. And it's over his head for 6. Forbes just a fraction short. And Jehangir, who was giving a lifeline by Dyer long on, makes the most of it by hitting a maximum over mid wicket. The score goes to 78 now for the loss of 1. Jehangir goes to 34 off of 17. Colin Monroe is the first wicket to fall for 36. So at the end of 7 now, 78 for 1. And we're going to have a change of bowling. Mark Parchment, the captain. high in the air. And it's gone for another 6. This time off at James. It was a full toss, a loosener by Parchment. And boy was it given the maximum. Rectify that. It is not Mark Parchment, it is Tanya Chava continuing, who got the wicket of Monroe the over before. Chava. This one is pulled, it was short. We'll come back for 1. So 85 for 1. Chava's job does not get any easier, having to bowl to Cheyenne. Cheyenne gets to the pitch. It's going to be a long one. So as the power play has been completed, the Chava now can try to go to work to stem the tide or stem the flow of runs. Didn't look like it the first delivery, but now just 2 singles. This one is high in the end again, and it's going to be another maximum. James Vince has an appointment he has to get to, and is trying to finish this game in a hurry. The Kingsmen are rolling downhill towards this total. Now they just need 31. The second 6 of the over, and Chava cannot find his line and length. So it's taking us a little while to retrieve the ball. It was that firmly hit. So Chava dejectedly walks back to his mark. James Vince is now full of confidence, 17 off of 9. And he's going after this, a slug sweep. Mid wicket's not going to get there, and that's 4. 18 so far in the over, and most of it off of the bat of James Vince. $96 for 1, chasing 122. Chava wondering where to bowl the next delivery. This one is short, quicker delivery, and it's going to be a wide, 4 wides. So the shorter, quicker delivery was the solution for Chava. Just couldn't find the line and the length, and as a result, he has to bowl it over again and add 4 more to the total. So the 100 comes up. 101 for 1. Chava, can he find a dot ball? This one is high in the air. Long off comes across. Is it a 6? Is it a 4? It is 4 runs, signaled by umpire Judson. So that is the end of a disastrous 12th over. It is 105 for 1 after 12. have Aris Kumar coming from the southern end. And there's not much Kumar can do at this point. 18 needed off of 12 overs. This man, Jehangir, 35 from 18, and he pulls this one. Marco Square comes across, not going to get there. 4 more. Question is, out of that 18, can Jehangir get enough to get a 50? He goes to 39. 11 needed for his 50, 14 needed for victory. And this one is high in the air, and it's gone for 6. Well, that answers that question, if he could get to his 50 or not. He races to 45. 8 more runs for victory. And Kumar, hands on the hips, like most of the bowlers for Atlanta Legends, just can't seem to find a dot ball. And they can't seem to find this ball. This ball is now in the forest, courtesy Shehan Jehangir. And it could be a while. So we're going to talk about our favourite groundsman. Here's Kumar, trying to finish it in this over. On a late cut, a delicate cut, it's going to go for 4. Beautiful shot by Jehangir. He goes to 49. You have to applaud this man. He has scored runs using the entire 360 scope of the ground. Behind the wicket, in front, square of the wicket. Played any shot in the book. Takes him to 49, just off of 22 rather. 4 more for victory. And the Kingsmen rampant. Full delivery, crashed away through the cover, and that's 4 more. And that is the end of this game. The Kingsmen race to their total as they defeat the Atlanta Legends by 9 wickets. Shehan Jehangir brings up his 50 with that shot. He finishes with 53 off of 23. And the KingsmenX move into the second round, the business end of the Atlanta Open 2023, by a victory of 9 wickets over the Atlanta Legends. My name is Ryan Davis, glad to bring you this incredible broadcast in Atlanta 2023. Kingsmen win by a count of 9 wickets. We'll see you all in the second round of Atlanta 2023 in only a few moments. Stay tuned.